Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you what I eat in a day and sharing how to not overeat. I'll share from my personal experience. Did I binge? Did I overeat? Did I, crave? In case we haven't met before, I'm Prang, nice to see you. Before we go, please be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Give me a like, share, and we can connect on any social media. Anything and everything is appreciated. I already put timestamp, and also please turn on the caption for English and Thai subtitles. Without any more talking, let's just get to this video. Good morning. I'm filming this on the weekend, and usually on the weekend then I'll just have breakfast before I get up. It's about 8 a.m. I've woken up since like 6 a.m. and just doing some work. My approach to my breakfast is I would kickstart my day with a bit more carbs to kind of like get my energy level going. Today I kind of crave savory, but I can't really make up my mind. Maybe one. Usually obviously like I'll have like lighter meals as well in the morning. I have one avocado, so I guess I'll have that. So I'm having half of the avocado. Sometimes, I would do just only a quarter if the avocado is big. And please don't judge my portion size. I'm not on a surplus. I don't starve myself. This is just how much I eat. I just make like this much and I'll see how I feel, and then I might just go for round two, that sort of thing. I feel like people shouldn't feel pressure that you have to eat this much because someone else says so. Perfectly cooked egg. This is my breakfast, avocado on toast. Just very simple, but always my vegan favorite. I might go for round two. This is what we're gonna cover in this video, like how do you know that you're full or you're not full, and how to know when you have to stop. Let me just have my first bite. You might have heard anyway, like people say to stop when you are about at 80% full, but what is 80% full? Because you can't really see your stomach, it's hard to know when you're full because it takes 20 to 30 minutes for your brain to get the signal from your stomach. When your stomach sends signals to your brain, is actually to tell you that you need to stop eating. But it takes 20 to 30 minutes. You can actually continue eating beyond your fullness point, and I think that's often cause a common mistake for people to overeat, which also happened to me. But how do I know to stop eating at 80% or before my body is like too full? The first thing that I can say is to stay present and to eat slower. In my case, for example, I eat very slowly to the point that people start noticing that I eat very slowly. To be fair, I feel like
you people just eating too fast.
I think some people don't even chew properly, especially in the social setting. You're with friends, you're having fun, you share, you laugh, and then you just autopilot sending food to your mouth without even realizing what's going on your plate. To slow your pace down and chew properly when you're slowing down, and that also gives you some more time, or give your stomach more time to send that signals to your brain. And I also noticed when I eat whole food, complex carbs, because of its complex profile, that takes longer for your body to digest, which is why these foods make you full longer, but at the same time takes a while for your body to for the fullness to actually hit it's time to stop. I do a lot of just like sitting down after my meal and asking myself, almost like have a monologue with myself.
Am I hungry? Am I happy? I know I'm not full, but do I need another slice of toast, or is that too much? Maybe I should have a banana or some fruits with yogurt. So many things is happening in my head after I finish my meal.
For round two, this is perfect. My second round of my breakfast, just banana, peanut butter on toast with some fruits. You can't go wrong. You know my tagline, put it on the screen. Peanut butter is my soulmate. It's still before lunchtime and I'm feeling a bit peckish, so I'm just gonna have a little bit of a snack. I made brownie yesterday, just whipped up from something that I have in the house. It's not super traditional. These are the brownie invention. These are made from all healthy ingredients and very high protein. This is made from red beans, Okay, don't leave the conversation. Don't leave the chat just yet. It's made from red beans, oats, dates, and all of the good stuff. And let me tell you guys, it's so moorish. But the fact that because it's made from all healthy ingredients, all of the beans and fiber and everything that's in there, it's also very filling. I had like few pieces and I was so satisfied, but at the same time, I was so full. I'm gonna have one tiny piece to start with. It's so tiny. Sometimes, guys, I do think that I also binge on my healthy snacks. I also baked a lot. Like I'll try to make it as healthy as possible. They're so good, and because they're kind of freshly made, and for some reason my brain just tell me that
Because they're healthy, they're not going to do bad things to you.
and I just keep eating, going for more. Or maybe because I didn't eat enough for lunch and I just feeling quite hungry. That's what another point I want to cover. I feel like it's so tricky when you're on your weight loss journey, but you don't want to restrict yourself. And then you have what you really want, like crisps, pizza, ice cream, all of those. And you feel that crave like really, really hard. Then you just keep going for more and more. Like, you just basically tell yourself like, I call this like eating intuitive. Like, you know, I'm just listening to my body. No, sis, you're not. I'm calling myself out too. Like, this is not intuitive eating. If I finish that whole box of brownie, it's not intuitively eating. I'm binging. Before you leave the chat again, I mean, it's absolutely healthy for you to eat whatever you like, whatever it is. But I felt like there's a fine line between that and what makes this whole eating healthy and intuitive problematic. You just go there with a diet mindset. That is the problem. You're going to that ice cream shop. The crave is calling. I have to go in. Here comes the problem, because you can't stop. You're just like, okay, screw it. I already had one scoop of ice cream. I'm just gonna have more because what? Tomorrow I have to go back to my sad diet again. This is why I think there's a fine line between eating intuitively and creating this binging eating disorder problem. I totally hear you, and I feel like you can definitely hear me. I wish you hear me, because sometimes you feel like this is your turn. But stop for a second, sis. Stop and slow down, because I'm gonna tell this to you that I'm telling this myself as well. This is not your last chance. It's not like Black Friday deal. It's not flash deal. There will always be next ice cream for you, and there will always be next brownie. For me, I still have the whole box, so I don't need to finish the whole box today, so that I can enjoy this beautiful brownie days after days, having the right balance, because nothing is unhealthy if consumed in moderation. If you actually eat well, nutritious, colorful rainbow meals, it's not sad. Like, why would you eat something that is sad? You should eat something that you satisfy, makes you feel happy. Whether it's nutritious, the most whole food level at the very top, or less of that, you have to eat something that you're happy, and that what makes you eat intuitively, because you're tuning into yourself and you're eating what you like and what makes you happy for your body, for your soul. So yeah, healthy snacks. If you eat the whole box of it in one day, it's not healthy as well, but this is really good. We're back again. It's around lunchtime. I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch, but this is the situation at the moment. So I have these stuff that is, left in my fridge, and I think that I need to use them up. Tempeh, which is my new obsession at the moment. I think they're really good, but why they're so expensive? Thai chili paste, which can turn into Thai green curry paste. I want to fix something very quickly. I'll probably just do something like stir fry curry. And I'm adding some kale for extra fiber. My lunch can't be greener than this. Look at that. I must admit though that this isn't like the most attractive looking lunch ever that I cooked. This is very real vlog what I eat. This is my portion for lunch. Have the stir fry curry-ish situation with a tiny bit of couscous. It doesn't look like a lot for most people. To me, it looks enough. This is leading to my next tip to not overeat, is to remember the portion size that you normally have by remembering what you normally eat, and to the point that you are comfortably full. You can remember by the look of it, but sometimes it can be quite deceptive because when it comes to especially like leafy greens, because they look quite big, you know, like full in a massive bowl, but at least you have a baseline of what you normally eat. At the end of the day, it is flexible depending on how hungry you are at the time. My base for breakfast, like porridge, would be 1 to 2 tablespoons, like eating spoon, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and then top with, you know, lots of other toppings. That's kind of like in my mind, like baseline of what I normally have. But in the case that I cook more and I feel like, oh, that looks quite a lot, that brings us to another tip, which is to take smaller portion. Start small. Say if you cook something in a pan, you're not obliged to take everything from the pan to your plate, because I feel like in that way you kind of deliberately forcing yourself to finish everything on your plate. So to me, to be able to be a bit more mindful, I start small, because you can't always go for round 2, and you have to remember that. For some people who are busy, you know, for people who have like short break time, I totally understand. And then I think that one my previous tip about remembering how much your food look like is, you know, helpful. Obviously, you know that, you know, you're full or not when you eat slow. Notice these signs, such as the food doesn't taste as good anymore. You feel satisfied, you feel content, happy with what you have just ate. With that said, for you to be able to notice that, you have to tune into yourself. Essentially, stay present when you're eating. So while going out with friends, you don't have to just, you know, mindlessly or on like autopilot, like reaching out for chips or flatbread or whatever is in front of you. Take a moment, take a pause to let your body digest. Alright, for now I'm just gonna enjoy my lunch. The last topic that we are going to cover today, what the hell is intuitive eating? Even in this video, I mention a lot and I use a lot of the word intuition. And the more I keep saying this word, the harder it gets to pronounce. Some people say why you should stop eating intuitively, because all the things that they can do to you with that sort of mindset. To me, from my personal experience and from my own research and how I understand it, for sure, it's not about like eating whatever you want and you just call it, you know, oh, I'm just following my intuition. If you fall into that, then is you use the word intuition as an excuse and building kind of, you know, toxic relationship with your food. To me, to eat intuitively is for you to tuning into your body and tuning into your needs and your craves. Be aware of those and to understand those needs. It's not about falling into submission of your deep desire. It's for you to learn to trust yourself, to notice the signs of hunger, to understand your hunger, and to notice the sign of fullness. It's not about allowing yourself to just go crazy without having the right balance. It can also be influenced by different changes. You're going through lots of, you know, life-changing moments, or it can also be influenced and impacted by your physical and mental health, anxiety, stress. So obviously that links to your appetite. I sometimes lost my appetite because of stress, or sometimes I eat a lot more because I'm stressed, and it's completely normal. To trust your intuition is to notice and be aware of those signs, and you respond within the frame of the balance and not doing too much. That is my definition of eating intuitively. The whole conversation in this video is about, obviously, for you to be aware of yourself, then leads you to eat the right amount, especially when you're looking to lose weight or you're going on your fitness journey and you're following particular goals. And I love the fact that the more that we being with ourselves and the more that we try to understand ourselves, you form better connection with yourself, and that feeds back into self-love, self-worth, and self-care. And that was it, everyone. I hope that you enjoy watching what I eat in a day. I hope the conversation that we covered in this video would help you to be a bit more intuitive and not overeat. Sometimes you don't really have like a clear formula of how you should do it. I'm still practicing this and I'm happy that I'm getting better. every day with how I approach my food. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you have a good rest of the day and hope to see you again for my next video. Bye!
It is restaurant quality food.